Rafael, in the aftermath of the FedEx shooting, many of us are left to wonder what's next. How can we come together? How can we find hope after this senseless tragedy? Well, we decided to look outward to a woman in a neighboring state who works to bring people together from all backgrounds for real change.
Officers there have located multiple victims.
Somebody went behind their car to the trunk and got another gun.
Metro Police now leading a massive investigation.
I'm scared because it has happened again and it will happen in the future.
In the darkest hours, Whitney Austin stays strong because she's a mother, a Kentucky native, gun owner, mass shooting survivor, and an advocate for change.
I try my very best not to stay in that moment of darkness.
Whitney tells me she woke up to the news of the mass shooting at the FedEx facility in Indianapolis with a familiar pit in her stomach. It brings her back to September 6, 2018, as she slumped over a revolving door at a Fifth Third Bank in nearby Cincinnati, playing dead, her last effort in her will to survive after being shot 12 times by an active gunman. In those desperate moments, she says she regretted not doing more to try and stop these acts of violence.
What can I do? What can the community do? I say all the time that I'm the luckiest person that ever lived because I survived. So I am in a different position. I got everything I ever wanted out of that moment. And so I think it empowers me to be an advocate for change and to pull people together to solve this problem.
And the Whitney Strong organization does just that. On her team, she brings gun owners and non-gun owners together with both Republicans and Democrats, cutting through the political talking points meant to divide us, focusing on data to move together towards real solutions.
This is not about ending gun ownership. This is about ending gun violence. You know, I grew up in Kentucky. I'm a Southerner. Guns are important to us. They are important and protected within the Constitution.
In her home state, they looked north to Indiana when crafting their own version of a red flag law, talking with Hoosier leaders about what's working and what isn't. It's still a work in progress down there and here. But Whitney tells me it's important to focus on that progress.
Very important that we put dollars into research so that we can come to the conclusions that are proven to actually reduce gun violence.
As WRTV previously reported, between the mid-90s and recent years, no federal dollars went to research on gun violence prevention.
I was doing my happy dance and crying tears of joy when it happened. In 2019, Congress voted to fund research.
That money, $25 million, goes to the CDC and the NIH to study gun violence. And Whitney says through research, we can come together to look for solutions.
And you can empathize with the people that have gone through this moment, and you can start to recognize we can do something.
And so I asked Whitney if she has any words of comfort or advice for the families and the survivors here in Indianapolis. In addition to saying that she's so very sorry that this happened, she says that these steps helped her in her healing. One is just share your story. Also, cling to your faith, seek therapy, and do your best to focus on being strong and making that change. To hear more about Whitney's story and to learn more about the work she's doing in Kentucky, Ohio, and beyond, you can just visit whitneystrong.org.